If you've been watching my videos, I'm going to show you how to make this delicious herb butter. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Cooking with KPKandies. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like button. Leave a comment below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and ring that notification bell so you never miss out on our latest delicious creations.
We're going to start off with chives, sage, thyme, rosemary, and fresh basil. We want to start off by giving our fresh herbs a good water bath because people don't always use good hygiene when they're picking up herbs in the grocery store. So we don't want to bring anything home that could affect our families and could eventually affect us. This is what you want to do first. Next thing we want to do is pick through the herbs. We want to get any loose leaves or any loose parts off because when we dice them up, we want to add those to the pile. We want to use paper towels to dry off our herbs. We don't want to use cloth towels because we don't want to leave lint balls on the herbs. So make sure you get some good paper towels. When we're working with fresh herbs, we want to keep the limp parts and you want to take the stiff parts and put them to the side. We're going to use those a little later, but you want to use the entire herb. As I'm taking the leaves off this rosemary stem, you want to keep the top part of the rosemary. You want to cut that up, but the stem, you want to put that over to the side. When you're working with thyme, the herb thyme, you want to hold it down and pull the leaves down because sometimes you could buy thyme and the stem could be kind of flimsy, but most of the time it's stiff, pretty much like this. Kind of put you in the mind of a switch, but we want to keep that stem. When dicing herbs, you want to use the rocking technique. You want to rough chop the herbs first, then you want to pull them together and rock back and forth. After you dice your herbs, place them in a bowl with a paper towel. You want to place your herbs on another paper towel on a sheet pan or some type of tray, and you want to spread them out as much as you can. I usually let my herbs air dry for about 2 days before I mix them in with my butter. You want to remove as much moisture as you can. Those stems that I told you to keep, you can place them in the freezer for a couple of months so you can use them in soups, stews, or sauces. Those stems have a lot of flavor. While your herbs are drying, you want to continue to move them around. You want to make sure you remove a lot of moisture. It took me about 2 days. Before I add my herbs to the butter, I get my seasoning together. I have onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, kosher salt, garlic popcorn seasoning, and liquid smoke. Add 1 tablespoon of liquid smoke. After I pull my dry herbs from the sheet pan, I end up with 1 full cup. I add 1/2 cup at a time. You can always add to, but you can't take away. Once you've poured your herbs into the butter, use your hand to mix it around. You don't really want to use a machine with this because you don't want to separate the fats and the oils and the butter, so use your hand. I like a lot of herbs in my butter, so I'm going to add the other half of herbs. So I'm going to use the full cup. This smells absolutely delicious. This is a very versatile recipe. You can make this with cream cheese or margarine. You don't have to use butter. So I try to make my recipes very versatile for different people. Now that my herbs are mixed into the butter, you can grab your wooden spoon and some toothpicks. You want to have the toothpicks for the tasting. So I'm slowly going to incorporate the seasonings into the butter. And once you start mixing it in, you got to remember you can add to, but you can't take away. I ended up using the entire bowl of seasoning, but I also tasted it as I was working through it. So It's up to you. You don't have to use the seasonings that I use. You can use the seasonings of your choice. I purchased these little containers at the local dollar store, Dollar Tree. You don't have to use these. You can wrap them up in parchment paper or plastic wrap. But for spreadable butter, I rather use a small plastic bowl. I ended up getting like two bowls out of this, and in my household, this butter does not last long. You want to tap it to get the air pockets out of it. That's why you see me tapping it on the table and spreading it out. You want to get as much butter as you can in one container. Hope you all enjoyed this compound butter recipe. Please like, subscribe, and share. Now it's time for me to go enjoy a nice grilled cheese with my herb butter. Good eating.